One of the biggest myths around MBA admissions is that if you have a good GMAT score and a well-known company on your resume, you are guaranteed an admit. That is simply not true. As an alumna of the Indian School of Business, a mentor guiding applicants for their MBA dream, and as an MBA admission interview panelist for over half a decade, I have experienced MBA application evaluation process up close. I have witnessed applicants with strong scores and impressive resumes get rejected, and those with low scores get accepted. And in this video, we are going to talk about why. Welcome back to my channel. I am Madhuri, your go-to girl for all things MBA. Subscribe now and hit the bell icon for your regular dose of helpful information about higher education and career planning. Today, I'll be breaking down the process of how MBA admission committees evaluate your profile so you understand what really matters. All the information and tips that I'll be sharing in this video are based on my MBA journey and the experience of guiding thousands of students with their GMAT and MBA plans over the past 8 years. Let's get started. There are 4 major categories under which all MBA applicants are evaluated. Let's dive into each of them one by one. The first is academics. This has anything and everything to do with how you have performed on exams during school, undergraduation, or any of your competitive exams such as CAT and GMAT. With this criterion, colleges evaluate your capability to learn and implement concepts and how you fare in the academic setting. Because after all, MBA is an academic program. So yes, your GPA and test scores matter, but they are always evaluated in context. Admission committees look at trends. Right from high school to CAT and GMAT, have your scores improved or gone down? Rigor, which areas have you scored well in and what you struggle with? Consistency, have your scores been the same across the board? That said, I want to highlight that a great score is not an automatic admit, just like a lower GPA is not an automatic rejection. Your academics need to be balanced with other strengths in your profile. You can schedule a call with me if you need help with your profile evaluation. The link is in the description box. The second criterion is work experience. This is where most candidates misunderstand evaluation. Admissions teams are not just looking at where you worked. They are looking at what you did. They care about your impact. What projects did you work on? What was your role in those projects? What was your contribution? How did your contribution help the project or your team and your company? Second, your growth. Have your responsibilities grown over time? Have you learned anything new? Has your role expanded compared to when you started? Third, your initiative. What have you done apart from what was asked of you? Did you propose and execute any new ideas? Did you participate or volunteer for anything at your office that had nothing to do with your work? Was there anything you could call your own and say, I did that? All these factors need to be built into your profile. You can share these details in many sections of your application, the most important of which will be your essays. Watch this video to know more about how to write essays that tell your story in an effective manner. The third criterion that admissions committees evaluate applicants on is career goals and clarity. This is one of the most important parts of your evaluation. All your education and work experience come together to show where you started from and where you are headed. Does each transition from school or college to your professional experience connect logically? Does your journey make sense? As an MBA admission interviewer, I and most others will ask questions that will answer 3 things. Does this candidate know why they want an MBA? Do their goals make sense? Is MBA the right logical next step in their journey? I have read some application essays where candidates have written, I want to pursue an MBA to grow in my career. I immediately question, how will MBA help you grow in your career? Without that answer, I cannot move the candidate forward. So it is important to write your essays in such a way that there is no gray area about your goals. You should be able to explain why MBA is the correct pit stop in your journey. This is something that I help folks work upon during my one-on-one personal consultation calls. You can schedule a call with me through the link in the description box, and I have also pinned the link in the comment section. The fourth criterion evaluates your leadership ability and overall personality. These are showcased through your extracurriculars, awards and achievements, hobbies, life experiences. Because leadership does not mean managing people. It means taking responsibility and driving outcomes. So it's not necessary that leadership experiences can only come from the time you spent in the workplace. It could be from your school and college days, being the head boy, head girl, sports captain, leader of a reading club, or anything from your personal life too. For example, I recently interviewed a candidate who ran an initiative with her friend during COVID times to help the elderly population of her city with groceries and medicine deliveries. That is taking responsibility, driving outcomes. That is leadership. All these experiences make you the individual that you are. Why is this criterion important? Because MBA programs are building communities, not just classrooms. They want people who bring perspectives, initiative, and authenticity. Depth matters more than quantity here because you are going to be bringing something to the classroom discussion, to your group projects, to the learning experience of your peers, and eventually as an alumnus. Now, your profile, which everyone says MBA colleges look at when evaluating your application, is nothing but a combination of these four categories. Should there be an ideal balance, like a 25% split among all four criteria? Not really. Ultimately, your profile is evaluated as a story. For most applicants, all four categories lie in the average zone, and that is why it becomes difficult for them to prove to colleges and universities that they deserve the admit. So, how do you make your profile strong or increase your chances among the pool of applicants who apply to MBA? My recommendation would be first analyzing which section of your profile needs work. If you have average academic scores throughout school and college, you need to make up for it with a high GMAT score and some combination of leadership experience because academics is not something that you can be working on at this stage. What's done during high school and college days is done. However, you can score well on GMAT to strengthen this section of your profile. For your work experience, start by listing down all your projects and all your contributions in those projects. For leadership experiences, think back to all your activities right from school days. Something or the other will pop up somewhere. What is important is to ensure that all your choices make logical sense. Do not work at an NGO just for the sake of it. Think about what cause matters to you and why, and then go for it. Having said that, each case is different. If you would like to get your profile evaluated or get an insight into how to make your profile stronger for your MBA application, please reach out to me via the link mentioned in the description box and in the comments. You can ask your questions and share your requests or suggestions on any topic that you would like me to create a video on in the comment section. You can connect with me on Instagram and LinkedIn as well. I have mentioned all the links in the description box and pinned them in the comment section for your easy access. Hope this video helped you gain clarity about the MBA admission process. Here's wishing you all the very best for your MBA journey. Thank you for watching.